The other thing that I do mention in the column today is that there's still a void there.
Yeah.
And I'll throw this to you, JB, before we get to Sammy, is that after everything you've seen and the feeling that you had at the beginning of the year on what the Leafs needed, is it still there? Do they need a guy that replaces what Jake brought to the Leafs when he was healthy?
So, yeah, I mean, that would be wonderful. I just don't know how many of those guys exist in the league total. You know, I think one of the underrated Leaf stories is how much it hurts them losing Muzzin, because he was like TJ Brody in that he made a pair better, right? Whoever was on Muzzin's pair, Justin Hall had his best run of hockey playing with Muzzin. You know, whoever you put him with kind of felt like he solidified a pair for you. So losing him is a big deal. And of course, replacing him would be unbelievable. But like Kipper, if you go around the league, there's just not many of those guys.
Every contending team is looking for Jake Muzzin, right? Like that's like the number one. That's a thing that every guy is trying. Every team
is that Edmondson? Is that Joel Edmondson?
It is right now. I would say he'd be at the top right now.
Yeah.
At times, it looked like Brendan Dillon couldn't get given away with the Washington Capitals, and now he's playing a significant part in Winnipeg's success. I don't think Seattle even wanted him in the waiver wire. So, I mean, they are out there.
Yeah.
And depending on, what happens in the next few weeks with teams and their cut line on when they still think that they can make the playoffs or when they cut bait and go for Connor Bedard, there'll be more. There'll be more.
Yeah, I mean, that would be a wonderful thing. I did think there was some interesting comparison between Muzzin and facing the end of his career before him making the choice to do it and your own career. Can you understand what he's going through a little bit?
Yeah, for sure. And again, as I talked to a few people to kind of get some background on his situation, he's no different than any of us, that he struggled early.
Yeah.
Right?
Would he have known early that? So it sounds like it's definitely he's not.
It really
going to play.
Doesn't sound like he'll have another meeting with a doctor in February.
Probably in the summer too. And
I would believe that if there's any hope at all that he wants to hold on to come back and play, it would be decided in the summer.
Mm-hmm. Does he have another year in his contract?
I think he's got one more. One last year.
Yeah.
So I think he knows for sure that he has done this year, and that the Leafs will take the $5.6 million and use it to improve the team, which would make it very difficult for him to come back even if he was healthy.
Right.
Unless you pull a Kucherov and you want to try to throw him in the playoffs.
Game 1, it's Tampa Bay. Good luck.
Last time I checked.
No thanks.
Love Muzz, but he ain't no Kucherov.
No, or Patty Kane or whoever else said that.
I think the understanding is that I feel well enough that I can travel. I can feel well enough to ride a bike or go for a skate on my own. But I want to watch and help these guys win.
Yeah. Do you feel like when you had your injury, did you already feel like you were at the end of your career, or were you where were you in the mindset?
Yeah, great question.
Yeah.
Prior to that, I was doing everything I could to save on and hold on.
Yeah.
So factor in that you got an injury now, and a doctor saying if you actually get hit like this again, you could die. Then
that's enough, eh?
Well, you're like, I like hockey, but I don't like it that much.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's where Muzzin is right now. No question that you have this issue going on, and if you want to risk walking, feeling well in your career
kids, right?
and all of that, then you run that risk. Then, and the other thing is Jake Muzzin, $50 million in career earnings, and I wrote that doesn't.
Did you not make 50?
No.
Okay, just clarify.
3 lousy million, but
that sounds pretty good.
doesn't really matter at that point
Yeah.
when you're told you can no longer do what you love to do.
Yeah.
So that's the issue moving forward. And I got to be honest. I'm actually really surprised he is that active. Other guys, when you get news like that, you just want to get away from it.
Just no, you can't look at it, too painful.
What I mean, I'm a top shutdown guy in the league, and now
I got to watch Connor Timmins turn it over.
Some guys will be like,
Not Timmins' best game, by the way, the last time.
I want to fill water bottles for you guys. No, but he's not like that.
Yeah.
But you talk to anybody, this guy's about character, integrity. I think Sheldon Keith at times have described him as the conscience of our team.
That's a compliment.
Right?
Yeah.
So if he's willing, and Kyle Dubas with open arms, you're like, you want to do this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to do this. Yeah, absolutely.